We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.
An intelligent black man is a dangerous thing to this world, because then you'll realize what really has been done to you over all these years. Right. You'll know who you are. That's a dangerous thing to them. So go finish that scripture we got.
God shall take away his part.
Read it from the top. Read it from the top.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book.
So I want life. I don't want to die. So I'm not changing the Bible. But these people, the evil people of this world, they don't want to see you live. They want you to die here. They want you to walk down the street and get gunned down, overdose on fentanyl, right? Whatever the case. Go in the hospital and never come out. I mean, it's all these things that can happen to you in this world if you're not following God. If you're not following God, hey, you're walking a very thin line. You just every day is Russian roulette. You know what I'm saying? I'm just spinning the barrel. Hopefully I make it out. You know. So let's get back to Deuteronomy 28 though, because at the end of the day, as kings, it's certain things we just not supposed to do. We supposed to live righteously. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain things we're not supposed to do. I'm gonna get some more of these prophecies, but then I want to get into some things that we need to do to change so that we can live like kings. You understand what I'm saying? So give me that. Give me 48. Let's get 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God said if you don't follow him, you're gonna have to serve your enemies. And here in America, who are we serving? The enemy. Well, let's get more specific. Let's get specific with that. The white man, exactly. You serving the white man. You go to your any job you have, majority of the time, it's a white company, a white man's over the company or something like that. If it's a black-owned company, they're getting their contracts from white people. We're not doing it. We're not controlling anything in this country. They give you a figurehead Obama, but he's not running the country. Even on the surface level, it's 100 senators and 300 something congressmen. Yeah, and they're majority white. To the point where they make something called the Black Caucus, which is like 5 people on the board. But let's get past that. The point is this: we serving our enemies, and that's what God said. Your enemies. Keep going though.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent our enemies against us. We were living evil. The Lord said, I'm tired of this. I'm sending them against you. Keep going.
In hunger.
So you ate today? You didn't eat today. You ate today? What'd you have today? Oatmeal, right? So where'd you get the oatmeal from? They gave it out down here. Okay. So the person that's in charge of these programs is what race? White. You ate today?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Sausage, egg, and cheese.
Sausage, egg, and cheese. Where'd you get that from?
Out the supermarket.
Supermarket. Who owns the supermarkets?
Sure ain't us.
That's for damn sure it ain't us. That's for damn sure it ain't us. We don't own supermarkets. We're not gonna give they're not gonna give us the opportunity to build our people up with healthy foods and proper foods. They're gonna, everything you get from the white man. But keep going though.
And in thirst.
So, in thirst. So you get thirsty, like for example, I just drank some water, Deer Park water. We don't own Deer Park water. We don't own the Baltimore water companies. We don't own these things. But we need a drink though. It comes down from the sky. But we still gotta pay. Like for example, you got something, hey, Big Burst, who owns that? Hey, it's not us. It's not us. Let's keep going.
And in nakedness.
So all your clothes, we got Versace, Gucci, all these nice clothes you want, even Levi, all the clothes that we wear. Who owns these clothing companies?
We got a couple black owned.
No, you're right. You're right, and that's a good thing. But where do they get the fabrics to make those clothes? Pakistan, but not us, not our people. And even in Pakistan, you'll be surprised. White people own those companies as well. You ever heard of the British textile company where they go to these other countries and set up textile mills to create the clothes you wear? You know what I'm saying? And especially when we was in slavery, they owned them cotton fields and they made our clothes out of that. So you're not getting away from that. You're not getting away from your captivity here. But keep going though.
And in want of all things.
So in want of all things, you got to serve your enemy. So if you want a driver's license, where you got to go? To the white man. If you want to buy a house, where you got to go? If you die, you can't even die without him saying it's all right and giving you a death certificate. Right. There's nothing. You cannot do anything in this world today without the white man's approval. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's a little bit more on this.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So, back during the slavery times, let me see this picture. During slavery, right? They put yokes of iron on our necks. We were big bucks. They put a yoke of iron on your neck to control you. They said, he's not doing what I want. They had the cage ones. They had the spike ones. Whatever the case was, they made sure they controlled their investment. Their slave was controlled by yokes of iron. But today, you don't wear yokes of iron anymore. Why?
Wasn't those?
You can put that down.
Wasn't those that they used to tame wild horses?
Yes, and that just goes to, he said, where they used to tame wild horses. And the answer is they were used to tame all types of different animals. And they looked at us as animals. They looked at us as cattle, and they still do. But we don't wear the yokes of iron today for a reason. The reason we don't wear them today is because, let's read that last part again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So the reason we don't wear yokes of iron today is because we're a destroyed people. We're a destroyed people. We don't have any knowledge of God. We don't even know that we're kings. We don't know who we are. You ask us, and I'm not immune to this, you ask us, who are you? What's your nationality? We say black, African American, Jamaican. But those are places that we came to after we got off the slave ships.
That's right.
That wasn't who we were before. We don't even know who we were before.
Right.
You know, I asked you who wears the land of black. You said, oh no, that was you. And you said somewhere in Africa. But there's none of the countries in Africa are called black. I'm gonna let you know right now. Spoiler alert: is none of them are called black. They're called different names, and those people that are living in those countries know where they're from. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't know where you're from. I don't know where I'm from. We gotta just assume. I'm gonna just make a guess. I'm gonna go ask the white man to give me a DNA test and tell me which country I'm from, even though he took me from over there in the first place.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, the main thing is this. The whole purpose of all this is say, come back to God. You're an Israelite. That's who you really are.
That's right.
Spoiler alert. All right, let's go to 68. Because these are, how you doing, bro? Say it again? You doing well? What's your name? Bobby? Bobby Adams? I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. Right now we're going over our true heritage according to the Bible. Who we really are. Because we've been told for so long that we're niggas, coons, spics, whatever new name they come up with today, dummies, you name it. You'll find one. We'll give it to ourselves and they'll give it to us because we're trying to find our identity. But our identity is that we are the Israelites. 68. Read that.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, how did we get here as a people? How did our people get to this country? I'm asking you, Bobby, because you just walked up. I want to see what you know. You're brought over here, but what's the transportation method? Boats. You agree?
I was getting ready to say we came on a cruise, but not that we could enjoy ourselves.
Right, exactly. We came on the worst possible cruise you could ever imagine.
Exactly.
Where we were stacked up like sardines and... where's that picture of the slave ships? All right, look right here. Look right here. Right, look at the bottom. This is how we came over here. On slave ships.
Yeah. Only thing was seen was your feet.
Right, exactly. They stacked you up. They wanted as much of us as they could take at one time. Look at this, Bobby. Look at this. Look down here. Look at this. We were stacked up like sardines, and the voyage is about I think around 90 days. You're on the boat for about 90 days, like this. So there was no I need to go to the bathroom. So if I had to take a poop or a pee, the woman had her menstrual cycle, it's gonna trickle down from the person on the top all the way down to the person on the bottom. So we all for 90 days covered in God knows what, eating whatever they gave us, and that's how our indoctrination started. Right there. So, read that again.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, Egypt, the first time the Israelites were in Egypt, we were slaves. So he said he's going to bring you into slavery again. Look, give me Exodus 20 and 22. Yeah, give me that. Because the Bible defines itself with every word that it has. It's going to define Egypt for you right now. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
The land of Egypt is what?
Out of the house of bondage.
Bondage and slavery are the same word. It's just a synonym. So when you read 28, go to Deuteronomy 28. You can drop that, Exodus. You go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It says what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With
ships. He's going to bring us into Egypt again, slavery again. With ships, how we see right here. How we got into our Egypt. This is the Egypt we're living in now. This is our slavery. He used the ships to get us here. But let's see what else on there, because it's not just that. It's not just we go into slavery on ships, which did happen to us. And this was written thousands of years before it even did happen to us. Let's see though.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
How we saying it happened, it's going to happen to us, is how it actually happened to us. Keep going.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So, I'll make a little joke with you. Have you seen the land of black again? No. Okay. We're not black. We're Israelites. But I'm just saying, we've never seen our homeland again. We've been searching for it. It's been all these movements to get back to our homeland. It's back to African movements every year. But we ain't been back as a group of people, as a whole nation of people, back to our homeland yet. Say it again. Say they took off some of the countries on the globe? Yeah, that's true. I mean, nowadays, countries will take over countries and they'll turn into a new country. It's just so much craziness going on in this world. But you about to say something? I see you about to say something too.
If we was to go back, right, we don't know exactly what island that we originally from. You know?
No, that's true. But here's the thing. Give me Galatians 4 and 26. I believe that's Galatians 4 and 26. Because the thing is this. We do know where we're from. We know where we're from. And we're going to go back there one day. But until we come back to God, we're not going back there. And the thing is this. They don't want you to know who you are. Because if you know who you are, you know where your land is. There's somebody there in your land right now pretending to be you. But read that.
Galatians chapter 4 verse 26. But Jerusalem which is above is free, which is the mother of us all.
Our homeland, our motherland, the motherland is Jerusalem. That's in Israel. Not Israel is in Africa. They divided Africa up into different parts, which now they call one of them the Middle East. But our real homeland is in Jerusalem, is Israel. They put these imposters there and say that they're the Jews, and they're not the Jews. They put them there, and now they're claiming our land. But our land is ours. We're gonna get it back. Let's believe that. But give me 68 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We ain't seen our homeland, which is Jerusalem, again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So who are we sold to? When we got off the slave ships, who were we sold to?
Say that again.
So, let me pull the picture. We were on slave ships. When we got off the slave ships, who were we sold to? Because we didn't just get off the slave ships and just start working, right?
No, we sold to the white man.
We were sold to the white man, exactly. But what does the Bible call them? Read it again. That last part. It's that last part.
European?
Yeah, yes, but it's gonna give you a term for them. What you should see them as. Read that.
And there ye shall be sold into your enemies.
No, your friends.
Your enemies.
No, your pals.
Your enemies.
Your buddies.
Your enemies.
So what is the Bible calling the people that bought you? Your enemies. And who bought you?
Enemy?
But what do we call them today?
Oh. Anything pertaining to good, like homeboy.
Right. We call them the white man.
My man.
Hey, officer, can you deal with this real quick, though? He said that this is Jesus and this thing.
Hold on, we gonna get that. We gonna get that. I just want to touch this point. I'm gonna bring you back up, officer. Stay right here. So, bro, read the verse again.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So we understand that Egypt. Did you bring out Exodus 20 and 2? Let's bring it again. Let's bring it again, because we trying to get y'all to connect it. We want y'all to connect the dots. All right. Black people, for too long, we've been living in a bubble. We got to stop living in this bubble where we think everything is just by happenstance. No, our enslavement is not a coincidence. This is the hand of God. Now, let's see what Egypt means, because the first time the Israelites, when we went into Egypt, we walked. All right? Because Jerusalem and Egypt are right next to each other. You don't need a boat to go from Egypt to Jerusalem. All right? Read it again.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Now, Egypt derives from Greek, Egyptos, which means bondage, right? So what is Egypt called again?
Out of the house of bondage.
What does bondage mean? If I have you in bondage, what does that mean?
You got me on lockdown.
I got you, which is another word for slavery. Bondage, slavery, it's all the same word, right? So now, all the same thing. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, 68.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
What does Egypt means? Or what? Slavery, right? So now, what is this Egypt is talking about? It's talking about America. Because remember, the first time we walked into Egypt. Now he's saying you're going to go back to Egypt, but you're not going to go to the actual land of Egypt. You're going to go to another land that's similar to Egypt, which you'll be held as slaves, which is what land we in now, America. So this is biblical prophecy. Moses is prophesying our enslavement some 2,000 years, 3,000 years before it even happened. Right? Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So like the officer said, how did we get from Egypt or Africa? How did we get from Africa to America? By ships. It wasn't a yacht. It wasn't a towboat, a tugboat. It wasn't jet skis. We were literally packed like sardines on cargo slave ships for 3 months at a time. We could not move. We could not sit up. We could not stretch. We had to sit or laying on our backs, sit like this for 3 months straight. When we got off the slave ships, they had to beat our legs with wooden paddles to get the muscles to work again. There's something called, I think it's called atrophy or something like that, where your muscles tighten up. Yeah, muscle atrophy. When you sit down too long, they literally had to beat your legs with a paddle to get you to walk because your muscles were so tight. That's what happened to us. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
He said, the way I'm telling you, you're going to go to Egypt or America, that's how it's going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And your homeland, which is what? Like the officer brought out, is what? Jerusalem. Your homeland is not Baltimore. You were born here, but this is not your homeland. Your homeland is Jerusalem, Israel. Read.
And there ye shall be sold into your enemies.
It says once you get to America or Egypt, you're going to be sold to who?
Your enemies.
You're going to be sold to your enemies. Who sold us? Who are we sold by? Huh? Who are we sold by? And the white man, the Bible calls them what? Read it again. He calls them what? The white man is who? The white man is who? Say it in the microphone. The white man is who?
The enemy.
That's right. That's because the Bible says so. So Baltimore, understand. White America is your enemy. The Chinese are your enemies. The Africans are your enemies. The Arabs are your enemies. All these people that I just named have businesses in your communities, and guess what? They don't give y'all not a damn dime back. They take all that money that y'all spending, because I know it's an Arab store around the corner. Y'all in and out that store every day. They making millions. They making money hand over, what's the term, hand over fist? Hand over foot. They making millions of dollars off of y'all. What are they putting back into the community? Nothing. They taking that money, taking it back to their country, putting their kids in school. And their kids are going to school to be engineers, IT, nurses, doctors. Why? Your kids is left at home with no fathers. Y'all raising up the next generation of dope fiends, murderers, pimps, prostitutes, basketball players, rappers. That's what they do. That's what's going on in your communities right now. How is it that 90% of this area we in right now is black, but we don't own none of the businesses? And if you do have a black owned businesses, y'all ain't patronizing it. You ain't buying nothing out of it. Why? Because you want something free. Just because I look like you, that don't mean I got to give you something for free. Why don't you just support? But you'll go to the Arab man's Subway. You'll go to the Arab man's bodega, little corner store. You'll go to the Asian man's beauty mart and spend trillions of dollars on fake hair and cumbrellas and fake nails. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
It says you shall be sold for bondmen, slave men, and slave women. We were brought over here as a punishment. We were not brought over here to want to attain to be entertainers, to be rappers, ball players, actors, and actresses. We were brought here as a reminder that we broke God's laws. This is punishment. This is hell we living in. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem you except for Christ. Malcolm X tried, he failed. Martin Luther King tried, he failed. Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, Gabriel Prosser, Angela Davis, the Black Panther Party, you name it, they all tried and they failed. The only man that can save you out of your condition is Christ. But you gotta keep the commandments of God. That's why we coming out here. We risking our lives on North and Penn. We understand we in the hood. We understand that anything could pop off at any given moment. But we risking our lives to come out here to teach y'all who y'all are. There's no coincidence why y'all standing right here, because the word is resonating with y'all's spirit. He's the future. 20 years from now, I don't want to see your son out here on a corner doped out, bruh. Linked over off the dope. I don't want to see him robbing people, carjacking. You understand? I don't want to see him with a baby mother. I want to see this young man grow up, get married, have children with a righteous woman. But it starts with you. You got to lay the foundation for him, because you're not going to be here forever. Your seed got to live on, but your seed, you got to start with him right now. How old is he? 2 years old. You got to start while he's young, bro. This is a young man. Adam, Officer Adam, come on. It starts with the children. It starts with the men. Give me come on. One last scripture. Proverbs 8:4. It's no coincidence. Because more times than not, we get men that come up here and listen to the scriptures. It's nothing against our sisters, because our sisters can repent too. But I'm going to show y'all why y'all are standing here right now, why it resonates more with men. Read.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men.
Oh, who?
O men.
Oh, women.
O men. I call, and my voice is to the sons of man.
God deals with the man first. He deals with the black and Latin man first. Why? Because he made us to be the pillars and the foundation of the household and the community. It starts with y'all, man.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.